There you have it.
Look, if they get in your cattle, you gotta do what you gotta do. My guess, they shot him from a distance, didn't notice the caller, got spooked, tried to cover their tracks.
Yellowstone remains one of the hottest dramas on TV right now, following the wild events surrounding the Dutton family in a neo-Western thriller set in Montana. We are now 8 episodes into the 5th season of the show, and we are as emotionally invested as ever. The 5th season is the longest one yet, featuring 14 episodes, but unfortunately for us, Paramount split season 5 into 2 parts, so, after the 8th episode aired on January 1st, the show is taking a bit of a break, meaning we have to remain in suspense for a while before we see how all of the events from episodes 1 through 8 unfold. Even though it won't be as long as a typical season-to-season wait, the gap still leaves us waiting in anticipation for the next set of episodes. However, we can use this time to go over our expectations. In this video, we are going to lay out everything we know so far about the second part of the 5th season and discuss 5 key expectations we have. Before we jump into what we can expect from the second part of the season, let's recap what we saw in the first half of the season. John Dutton, played by Kevin Costner, took over as governor, a job that he has so far not enjoyed. Meanwhile, Beth and Rip got married, Beth and Jamie continued their intense rivalry, and the ranch is as at risk as ever. Part 1 of the season ends with Jamie wanting to impeach his father, Beth and Jamie plotting to take each other out, and the ranchers having to travel to Texas to protect the cattle. The episode ends with Case and Monica talking about the possibility of starting over on new land. With a quick recap out of the way, let's dive into the 5 things to expect from Part 2 of Season 5, including the premiere date, potential next events, and more. Make sure to stick around until the end for our biggest expectation from the second part of the season. Number 1. When does Yellowstone return? With Episode 8 having aired on the 1st of the year, we are left without a clear date on when to expect the return. Season 5 premiered in November. Different from previous seasons, which have typically premiered in the summer, this mid-season break may be a way for them to return to this schedule. Paramount has told us we can expect the second half of Season 5 sometime in summer 2023, although they have not told us when that would happen. Unfortunately, this means we could be left waiting anywhere from 4 to 7 months for the series to kick back up. However, seasons 1 through 4 usually premiered in June, so we are wishfully expecting a similar release for Season 5 Part 2, although we can't say for certain. All we have for now is this teaser.
Yellowstone Season 5 returns this summer with all new episodes.
Sir, you coming? You're damn right I'm coming.
Until then, stay connected to #YellowstoneTV for updates, interviews, and behind-the-scenes exclusives.
It's about as good as it gets.
And if you still can't get enough Yellowstone,
True words were never spoken.
listen to the official Yellowstone podcast for a behind-the-scenes look at this season. Available every week, everywhere you get your podcasts. Yellowstone Season 5 returns this summer with all new episodes.
Back to work.
However, the clip has no new footage, since filming for the second half isn't expected until March. Once Yellowstone does return, we have some lofty expectations for what will happen. So let's turn to expectation number 2, a cast of new and familiar faces. In the first part of the season, we saw several new characters on top of some familiar faces, and we expect them to return in the second half. Some of the new faces in Season 5 included Kai Castor as Rowdy, Lainey Wilson as Abby, Lily Kay as Clara Brewer, and Dawn Olivieri as Sarah Atwood. Before the season premiered, we also heard that we will see the return of Jefferson White, playing Jimmy, and Catherine Kelly, his fiancée Emily, as regular characters in Season 5. We haven't seen them too much yet in the first part of the season, aside from in the finale, so we can expect to see them much more in Part 2 at 4-6's ranch. We can likely also expect to see more Orly Gottesman as Haley, who has started to become, and will likely continue to be, quite an influence on Carter. With an idea of who we can expect, let's turn to what we can expect from how the events will play out. Number 3, we can probably expect fewer parties. One of the most notable aspects of the first part of Season 5 is all of the partying. We see a family barbecue, dinner with a vegan gone wrong, a party-turned-bar fight, and a large fair. Sure, a lot of the parties end in conflict, but compared to other seasons of the show, things have been a bit light so far. However, it seems like the season has been building up to something big, as the characters have each been conspiring to fight for their own interests in the ranch. This first half has felt like adding more and more air to an expanding balloon that is ready to explode in the second half. Filming has not happened yet, so even the actors are in the dark on what is to come in the next part of the season. Piper Perabo, who plays Summer, said in an interview, I don't even know what to say. So much is coming in episode 8, and then I don't know what's coming next. then there's like a giant, unanswered thing. Still, we can expect things to get real serious real soon. Before we turn to our biggest expectation from Yellowstone, let's turn to expectation number 4. Consequences are to come. Shortly after the first few episodes of Season 5 released, writer Taylor Sheridan discussed some of his philosophy on storytelling with The Atlantic. Sheridan said, quote, "When I stepped into that world, I wanted there to be real consequences. I wanted to never ever shy away from, this was the price." Sheridan says he believes in responsible storytelling that shows the consequences of morally questionable actions, which may play out in part 2 of Season 5. At this point, there are a lot of bubbles that have yet to burst, and Sheridan's comments lead us to wonder what's next. Will Beth face consequences for her attempt to blackmail Jamie? Will the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Department crack down on the deaths of the endangered wolves? Will the Duttons face bankruptcy from leasing land? Let us know what consequences you think we will see play out in the second part of the season. Now, for our biggest expectation of Season 5 Part 2, Number 5, there will be chaos. The only thing we can really expect in Yellowstone is the unexpected. If there is anything that we have learned from Taylor Sheridan's writing by this point, it's that anything can happen at any time. So far in Yellowstone, we have seen beloved characters die, seen shocking secrets revealed, and even seen characters kill their own father. Even the actors themselves know that you can't bet on anything, as Jefferson White has said in an interview. I've really given up on trying to guess. What Taylor Sheridan, the show's creator, I think one of the best writers in television now or ever, definitely comes up with is always so much better than what I could come up with. That said, we should expect to be shocked by what happens in the new part of the season. Will Jamie end up impeaching his father? What lengths will he go to take him out? Will Beth get in first? However these events play out, we know there's a chance that we will be shocked by the end. Until then, we wait. Fortunately, if you don't know how to fill the void left by this Yellowstone break, you can turn to Paramount's 1923, which serves as the prequel to the Yellowstone story and has all of the same action and drama that we love from the show, as well as Taylor Sheridan's incredible writing. What are you most excited about for Season 5? And what do you think will happen next? Let us know down in the comments. Share this video with your friends so they are up to date on what to expect from the rest of Yellowstone Season 5. Before you go, make sure you subscribe to the Weekday Watch so you don't miss any updates about Yellowstone or any of your other favorite films and shows. Thanks for watching.